guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Pocketnow.com, and this is the hardware tour of the much anticipated HTC Touch Diamond2. Now, this particular unit is the European version. There will be a US release of this device on AT&T and maybe T-Mobile coming up later this year, but right now it's going to start in Europe. You can use this on T-Mobile and AT&T now, but you won't get 3G data, only Edge, but there's always Wi-Fi. So let's take a look at the device. Let's start in the upper left corner here. So up here we have the HTC logo right next to the status indicator light. To the right of that is the light sensor to regulate screen brightness, and to the right of that is the front-facing video camera. Now in the US we can't use the front-facing video camera because no network supports video calls. The screen is a 3.2-inch diagonal screen, and to give you a basis of comparison, the iPhone has a 3.5-inch screen, the Touch HD has a 3.8-inch screen, which is quite large, and then the old Touch Pro and the Touch Diamond have a 2.8-inch screen, so it's kind of in the middle. The resolution is 800 down and 480 across, so that is WVGA, that's the largest resolution supported by Windows Mobile, so it has a really crisp picture. Moving down, we have this capacitive zoom slider, and the zoom slider will allow you to zoom in and out whether you're in Google Maps or you're in a picture or on the in the web browser, and it works quite well, and we'll talk about that later in the review and in the next video. Now, a little note on the screen sensitivity. The Touch Diamond2 has increased screen sensitivity, probably as close to capacitive as you could possibly get with this type of touchscreen. This is a resistive touchscreen. All Windows mobile devices have a resistive touchscreen. So huge amount of points for the screen on the Touch HD. It's a joy to type on. It's super sensitive, and it's a really fantastic screen. Going down, we have the Call Start button next to that Windows flag, and this is a required button to have on Windows Mobile 6.5 devices, and this will be upgradable to 6.5 once that comes out, but it ships with 6.1. We have a back or OK button, and to the right of that is a Call End button, and they also have the little home icon to tell you that when you hit this, it will go back to the home screen. Now let's go over to the side. Here we have a very predominant volume rocker. It's actually the same volume rocker that you find on the Touch HD. To the right of that, it says HTC Innovation. On the bottom, we have the EXT USB port, which will accept mini USB. We have the volume, or the microphone. Over here, we have the stylus, and it's actually not the magnetic stylus that's found on the Touch HD, but it does trigger the screen to turn on when you pull out the stylus. If you remember the Touch HD and the Touch Pro and the Touch Diamond, you would bring it in close, and it would suck it all the way in. Not the case with the Touch Diamond2, unfortunately. So you have to manually put it in. On the other side of the device, we have a speaker, so that when you are listening to music, you don't have to have the phone face down or face over. It will play out the side so the speaker doesn't get cut off. On the top, we have a standby button, and that's it. Flipping over to the back, they did away with the diamond faceting and replaced it with a fingerprint magnet black shiny coating, which I'm not too big of a fan of, and it also shows dirt very well. But anyhow, up here we have a 5 megapixel camera, the same 5 megapixel camera that comes with the Touch HD, surrounded by a nice piece of brushed metal. If we take off the back, we expose the 1100 milliamp hour battery, and unfortunately they put the micro SD slot behind the battery cover. And we really don't like to see that. It's better when it's out in the front of the device so you can easily swap in and swap out your memory cards. So overall, the hardware on the HTC Touch Diamond2 is quite fantastic. It has great build quality, as we've come to expect from HTC devices, although this device misses a few things, such as a flash on the camera. I know the original Diamond didn't have a flash, but this is the next version, and you'd think it would have that improvement. Also, we're not really liking this black shiny coating on the back. It makes it scratch very easily and prone to fingerprints. Also, a D-pad would have been nice, although the trend now for Windows mobile devices is to have no D-pad to kind of clean up the front, which is okay. And also, an external micro SD slot would have been preferred instead of having to fish under the battery to put that in. But we're really excited about the improved screen sensitivity. A lot of people complain that on Windows mobile devices you have to press really hard to activate things on the screen, but on this particular device I think HTC has done some work with the screen to make it more finger-friendly and require a lighter touch. So coming up soon we'll have the software tour, followed by the full review on Pocketnow.com. We'll be back soon with more.